from this. And welcome to another Colin Crandall Fight Breakdown. I got my nephew Trevor, the Terminator Carnes. This is another Colin and Trevor's No BS UFC Fight Breakdown. And tonight we are breaking down Saturday night's UFC Fight Night 240. Trevor, how's everything going, brother?
Oh my God, it's been so long since we've done one of these.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I'm telling you.
It's really insane.
It is. It's insane.
Been so long. It's been so long.
It's been a while, but we're gonna jump back into it, and we're getting ready to rock. And here we go for the undercard. All of you know this is the main event is going to be Brendan Allen, Chris the Action Man, Curtis #2, the rematch. But now let's start with a quick couple look at a couple of earlier fights. Let's take a look at Norma Dumont and Germaine de Randamie. This is an interesting one, Trevor. So I will tell you this: Germaine de Randamie is a nice girl. I made a couple notes on this, so let me see if I can get my notes here real quick, and then I will be caught up. And okay, so basically, Germaine's a nice girl. I interviewed her in person before. She's a really good fighter, but she is 39 years old, and I like her a lot. I think at one point she would have possibly won this fight or made it really, really close. But I really think she's up against the younger Norma Dumont. Norma, this is a bantamweight fight though. So Norma is a thick girl. The only way I could see Germaine maybe getting this is if Norma has a problem with the weight cut. Basically, but I think really Dumont is the best bet here. What do you think?
Yeah.
You agree?
Yep. I would agree on that.
All right. And I guess that's why they call me the Fight Professor, right? And I'm glad you agree. Yeah. You're a man of few words, but I think the weight cut issue would be the only concern of yours as well. Am I right about that?
Yep.
With Dumont, do you think she'll make the weight or do you think she'll miss it? What would you say?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's going to be close. It is going to be close, but we'll see. I hope
to be close.
Yep, hope she makes it. Anyway, next up, let's go up the card a little bit more to Court the Crusher McGee against Alex the Great White Morono. McGee is these are a couple of veterans here, as everyone knows, and as you well know, Trevor. Court McGee's 39 years old, though. He's lost both of his last two fights by first-round knockout. His opponent is Alex Morono, 33 years old, the younger man. And while he did lose his last fight, he's been winning more than losing lately, especially compared to Court McGee. What do you think on this one, Trevor? I'll let you go first.
Ooh. Well, I just don't look. It doesn't look good for McGee's position.
Yeah.
I just think that the 3-1 odds are in the one. This one is correct.
Yeah.
Alex Morono
should. What do you think?
Should roll in this one.
Yeah, I would really think so. I don't know what McGee's going to do, and I hate to see anyone lose their job at the UFC, but this might be the last hurrah for the Crusher. Anyway, let's move on to the let's move on to the next fight, which is the co-main event of the evening, Alexander Hernandez and Damon Jackson. Now, this is an interesting one, isn't it, Trevor, the Terminator Carnes?
Sure is. It's going to be an interesting fight tomorrow night. That rhymes.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting fight tomorrow night.
That's it.
But yeah, it's gonna be. Ooh.
I know you're excited. I know you're excited about this one. You always like watching Hernandez and Jackson, right? But what do you think? I mean, Hernandez is 31 years old, and he's kind of the younger man who's been winning more. But what do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think Hernandez is 31 years old. He's been kind of winning one and losing one.
Yeah.
And his last fight was a tough outing against
Bill Algeo, right? Yeah.
Bill Algeo, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll be set up for the next possible fight. But who knows? Damon Jackson is he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
35 years old, he has lost his last two
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah.
But I think I give the edge to Hernandez. It's almost it's almost a 2-1 favorite.
2-1 favorite. So you agree with the odds makers on that one? Yeah,
Yep.
I hear what you're saying on that one, Trevor. It's just so hard to know which Alexander Hernandez is going to show up. You know what I mean? He's kind of unpredictable. Jackson is so durable, but I mean, I've been on the fence on this for a little while. All right, I think I'm going to go with you. I think I'm going to go with you on this one. With with Hernandez. But not with a lot of confidence. And I'm on the fence. Maybe I'm not gonna. I may just be neutral on this one because I just think Jackson has a good chance here as well. Hard to say which Hernandez is going to show up. Anyway, let's move on to the main event of the evening, the rematch from almost 4 years ago. Chris, the Action Man Curtis, going up against Brendan All In Allen. They did fight 4 years ago, and the result of that fight was a victory for the Action Man, Chris Curtis. But it was kind of a little bit of a younger Chris Curtis, and it was also kind of a little bit really young and more green Brendan Allen. Allen since then has won pretty much all his fights since he lost to Curtis. Curtis has won a few and lost a few, but I think arguably fought tougher opposition. I think Curtis looked really good in his last fight, and I think that the odds makers are favoring Brendan Allen by almost 2-1, and I think a lot of people are kind of surprised at that, even though Allen's been really killing it. I think I'm gonna make a prediction here that shocks some people, but I'm going to say Chris Curtis gets it done. I think Curtis can win this one, but it's going to be real interesting fight, though, in my opinion. I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I mean, I've got to say both of them are really good in this position. And with Allen ran a few spots ahead of Curtis.
Yeah, he's ranked a few spots above.
Ooh, I gotta go on. I'm going against you on this one.
Okay, I got it. All right, tell me.
Yeah. And I gotta go with one of my favorites, Brendan Allen.
Yeah, I know you like Brendan Allen.
I think he's gonna be just too big and too balanced.
A fighter, right?
Of a fighter, yeah.
For the Action Man.
For the Action Man, but the Action Man could light anyone up if given the chance.
Yeah,
so I could expect it's given.
Yeah, although I think it'll be given and you don't in this case, but all Allen has to do is make a mistake, right? And
yeah, I mean,
but I think
it's competitive. They're competitive.
It's going to be a competitive fight. This could be a close one, don't you think?
Well, can't wait to see it this Saturday.
Yeah, me too. Excellent. Great comments and great opinions as usual, Trevor. So we are together on 3 fights and against each other on the one. We both have Norma Dumont. We both have Alex Morono. And then we both have Alex Hernandez. But then I am going on the Action Man to win the second fight, just like he won the first fight against Brendan Allen, and you're going for Brendan Allen. Should be a good one, though. Not a lot of huge names on it, but a lot of excitement coming up for the big UFC 300 card. UFC started about 15 years before you were born almost. The first UFC, for people that don't know, was in November of 1993. And so, yeah, that's not 15 years before you were born. That's 10 years before you were born. You were born in 2004?
2005.
So 12 years before you were born. Yeah. Yeah. And so
12 years. Well, that was 12 years before I was born.
yeah, 1993. So that was the first
90,
UFC.
let's see, 93.
Yeah, that was when Hoist
But that was
Gracie.
also after my mother was born, because my mother was born in 63.
Yeah, your mother was around just like me before the first UFC. Absolutely.
Hmm.
I think when you were born, it was already like UFC 100 or something like that. But this is going to be UFC 300. Should be an interesting card. I think Jim Miller is going to be on it, and he was on UFC 100 and UFC 200. So that's going to be a trip. And in fact,
Man,
it's going to be. Let's take a look at that.
300. Wow, there's
Yeah, a lot of
300
UFC.
cards in this
Yeah,
UFC fighting
yeah,
action. Holy
yep,
crap.
a lot, a lot.
Damn.
Yep, and that one is going to be on April not the third. It is the 13th. Yeah, that is April 14th. UFC 300 headlined by Alex Pereira against Jamal Hill, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway, Yan Xiaonan versus Zhang Wei Li, Arman Sarukian versus Charles Oliveira, Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage, Alexander Rakic versus Jiri Prochazka. Some absolutely epic fights coming up, man, in a week from Saturday. But still,
Oh
tomorrow's
yeah, April 13th. So
yeah,
it's gonna
yeah,
be it's gonna be interesting.
it really is. It's going to be some sick fights. Well, Trevor, let people know where they can find Trevor the Terminator Carnes. I know you got your streaming channel. You got your
Yeah.
you got your termination channel. Tell
Oh
people where
my
they can find.
God.
And I think it's like a Mega Squad Colin. I think is one of the ones that
My
or
God,
Colin.
here he goes again, you guys.
The
Oh
other
my God.
the other one is Colin Force Adventures, isn't it?
No,
All right,
it
let
is
us know.
not that.
I thought it
So
was.
you
I don't
guys, oh Colin, you guys can okay, but yeah, you guys can follow me on my social medias on Instagram, Twitter, Facebooks. So my Instagram and Twitter are at Mega Squad Trevor, and you can find me on Facebook at Trevor Carnes, on YouTube at Trevor's World of Trains, and Mega Squad Trevor, my rail fanning channel and gaming channel. You guys can also follow me on I haven't said these in the last few episodes that we did. But you guys can also hit me up on Snapchat at, oh God, I think it's like C Carnes or T Carnes something like that.
Very cool. Good stuff,
I
Trevor.
gotta look it up.
Good stuff, Trevor. I'm going to throw a curve here.
Yeah, it's T Carnes 26. You guys can follow me over there on Snapchat as well.
Very cool. And you guys know you got me at, on YouTube at this channel right here, but you can also find me on Twitter, which is now X, at Colin Crandall 33. I am the MMA Professor. We got some people working with me on the UF Combat channel that are really helping to blow things up. So appreciate all your support. And let me know if you got something.
That's
I'll follow
Colin
you.
Crandall 33 on YouTube and Colin Crandall MMA on Twitter.
Thank you. Now let me throw you a couple twists here, Trevor. We haven't broken down this.
He's trying to throw me off with his socials now.
That's
oh my
it.
God.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I'm going to throw you a couple twists here. A first look at some of these big fights on UFC 300. And I want to see who actually, you know what? This is a card right before that. This is a card to date. Okay. So let me throw out a couple of fights. Don't think too much about it. Just pick who you think is going to be the winner. All right. And then we're going to break it down in a couple weeks. So initial first thought. Holly Holm, the underdog against Kayla Harrison at bantamweight.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Holly.
Yeah, I think she has value. I think she could pull. Kayla is going to go down to a weight that she's never fought before. Everyone's saying it's going to be hard. I believe it's going to be hard. She's saying it's not. It is what it is. Aljamain Sterling, the former champion, Aljo against Calvin Kattar. What do you think?
I'm going with
Aljo or Kattar?
I'm going with Kattar.
For the slight upset, Kattar maybe could be. It's at that higher weight class. Aljo might not be as big and powerful at that weight class, so that's a good call. And then, how about going, let's say, to 300, and let's say, what do you think about the main event initial thought? Former champion, a man from Michigan, originally Illinois, representing the Motor City out of Grand Rapids, Jamal Hill the man, the former champ, against the Brazilian Alex Pereira.
Ooh.
That's gonna be insane, isn't it? They're talking some trash already, man. They are talking
my
smack.
God.
Yep. And the slight favorite is the Brazilian, Alex Pereira. But what do you think? You got Jamal or you got Alex?
I'm going with Alex.
I got you. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to support my Michigan guy. You're in Minnesota, so a Michigan guy doesn't mean anything to you. And then
hell.
And then two more opinions. Max Holloway, the man from Hawaii, against Justin Gaethje, the violence master, the highlight reel. Yep. What do you think? Gaethje or Holloway?
Holloway.
You're going Holloway for the upset. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got Gaethje. I've interviewed him a couple times. Good dude. It's going to be a battle. I think Holloway better step up because he's liable to get ruined in this fight, some people are saying. But you have faith in him just off the initial rip. Makes sense. And then...
Damn, when I'm not so busy, you should call me and have me do interviews with you.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
We should definitely practice doing interviews together.
For sure. I will help you with that. We'll work on that.
So I've seen you done that with like
my team
other
from
buddies.
My team from Australia. Yeah, for sure. We'll work on that. We can do that. Finally, last fight, your initial thoughts. Arman Sarukian against Charles Oliveira. So Arman or Charles?
I'm going Charles.
Yeah, man, Arman is the younger guy. Normally you go for the younger dudes, and I'm going for the older guys as far as the betting. I think Charles got a good shot here. I don't know if Arman's ready for this at 26 years old, 27, but it's going to be a war, man, because Sarukian's going to come hard and Oliveira's going to come equally hard. And the winner is going to get a fight, pretty sure, with the current champ, which is Islam Makhachev. So that is going to be, it's going to be a battle, man. Can't wait to see that.
Ooh, it's going to be it's going to be hella good this weekend.
Oh man, it is. Although these fights are not all this weekend. These are some fights coming up the next couple weeks. But
the
early
ones that
this
are coming
month.
up this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday will be good. Yeah, those are going to be great. And this is going to be a great card coming up in a week. Anyway, Trevor, I appreciate you, man. My nephew, Trevor, the Terminator Carnes, he is the man up there. I appreciate you, and I don't know if it might be seen sideways. I'm looking at it up because I got this window closed. Now you're to the side. He is the man over there. That's the way right there. I appreciate it. I'm Colin Crandall for my nephew, the Terminator, Trevor Carnes. I am Colin Crandall, your fight professor. Enjoy the fights. Peace.
And also, for sure, you guys. And
do it.